One love to you, beautiful deep divers of planet Earth. Another beautiful day. I got like birds everywhere, deep divers. You can hear them. We got birds over there, and one's up there. Please do not shit on me. Not today, please. I'm out here having conversations with birds, deep divers, in the heart of nature, doing a little samba, baby. Let me send you some good ass energy right now. Take that, take that, take that. I woke up, deep divers, with one thing on my mind, and that was to start raising the frequency, raising the vibration, and just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Someone sent me a great message, and if you've got a message for me, add me on Instagram at Ralph Smart. They started off the message with a big thank you. You are appreciated too. Ralph, why don't people get it? Why are people so fast asleep with everything that's happening in the world right now? The world's a mess and nobody can see it, Ralph. Like, how come people cannot see the writing on the wall that they are trying to turn this world into an AI world? They are trying to turn a human being into a human QR code. How come they don't see it, Ralph? And I responded to them that there are levels to this. Levels upon levels upon levels. The 4 levels of consciousness, deep divers. Which one are you? Wake the flock up. I like that. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in the heart of nature, baby, sending you all tons of love. And if you are watching this video, I'm here to remind you, we are never alone unless we abandon ourselves. And there are so many others like you who are waking up to their true power, who are reclaiming their freedom, who are now seeing the big picture. But you are also amongst friends and family members who are still under a hypnotic dream spell, fast asleep, and who are being manipulated right now on the planet. And that's got everything to do with the levels of consciousness. I'm going to break it down. You see, all there is energy. All there is are states of awareness, states of consciousness, states of you knowing or not knowing. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Hey. And depending on your level of consciousness, that will determine your level of reality. That will determine how much you can see. That will determine how free you are. That will determine how much of your power you reclaim. That will determine how much love you have in your heart or how much fear you have in your heart. That will determine whether or not you take the red pill or the blue pill. So let's start with the first level of consciousness. Which one are you? Wake the flock up, right? I said wake the flock up. The first level of consciousness or awareness is the level of blindness, right? You are blind, but you have eyes to see, but you're still blind. You're like a zombie. You're like an automaton. You're easily controlled, easily manipulated. And this level of consciousness is very prevalent in the world today. Many people who resonate at this level of consciousness they're on demon time. They're on zombie time. They don't think for themselves. They watch the news and believe everything they read and see. They give you fluoride stares. And and they are unaware of their true power. Now, we don't have to judge these people because these are souls that are trapped. These are souls which are in a state of amnesia. Many people are not living, they are merely existing. And the people who are on the first level of consciousness are merely existing. They are here, background people. They aren't fully aware that they came here for a greater purpose. In fact, they are oblivious to that fact. They are easily controlled. And when Simon says do this, they do that. And everyone who is still plugged into the matrix is a potential agent. Many people who are at this first level of consciousness are not vibrating on the love frequency. They're still vibrating on the fear frequency. And fear blocks manifestation. They lack creativity. They cannot create. All they can do is consume. And you see them consuming. You see them scared out of their wits, scared out of their minds. Oh my gosh, new variant, Omicron, I'm so scared. Right? They live in fear. And fear is what keeps them prisoners. Now, a lot of people on the first level of consciousness, which one are you? Do not have a mind of their own. Their minds have been hijacked, and this is why I liken being on the first level of consciousness to being in a deep sleep, under a hypnotic dream spell, under a spell so great that you are under a deep hypnosis and you don't even know it. You live your life every single day just doing what the crowd are doing. You follow the crowd, but the crowd are lost. The crowd are fast asleep. You are living in the default mode. And this first level of consciousness is not vibrating on the love frequency. It is predominantly vibrating on the fear frequency. And this is why everyone on the first level of consciousness, they're cowards. They're afraid to make a stand, afraid to stand up for their freedoms, because in their minds, there's nothing to be free from. Slow motion this side. This prison they know is their freedom. And they don't have a problem with it. And many people on the first level of consciousness are distracted. You see it all the time. They don't even realize the whole planet is being taken over by the inorganic ones. And they're still dancing on TikTok like everything is sweet. And that's okay, because they are sheep. They are innocent. They don't know any better, because they have never truly awakened to their true power to remind themselves they are multidimensional beings having a human experience. What keeps people in the first level of consciousness is a lack of love. You see, when you are vibrating on the love frequency, fear ceases to exist. There are only two emotions, love or fear. And if you are on the first level of consciousness, you still do not know love. And the only way to know love is to level up and go to the second level of consciousness. This is where you start to dabble in the love frequency a little bit. This is where you now become a zombie artist. You now become an artist. You now move from a zombie and become an artist. And this is why a lot of artists are in the realm of number 2, the second level of consciousness. The artist is the one who is singing, expressing themselves, who can say no. And this is why a lot of artists, they're not role models. They're not supposed to be role models. They start singing or telling you about their experiences, about what they're going through. And this is why they impact a lot of people. But an artist is not here to tell you how to live life, or this is the best foods to eat, 7-day vegan challenge. An artist is only there to give you life according to how they see it. This second level of consciousness is when you have one eye open. So the first level, you are completely blind. The second level of consciousness, you have one eye open. And this is why you have one foot in, one foot out. This is why on the second level of consciousness, you still are reading, but you're still not living it. You're reading about living a better life. You're reading about awakening, but you're still not living it. And this is why, just as the first level of consciousness, you are in your lower nature, the artist is still sometimes trapped in their lower nature of vanity. And this is why you have even people on Instagram who are just so vain, and they might know better to say, wait a minute, they are trying to turn this world into 1984. I've got a big platform. I could really do something. I could really say something to help wake up other people. But instead, they choose to keep the masses asleep because they still haven't found their voice. And this is why even that second level, you are still a coward. You are still someone who has not really reclaimed your power to the greatest extent. So the artist is the one who can express, but also at this level of consciousness, you have a choice to make. Do I want to ascend to my higher nature, or do I want to be trapped in my lower nature? A lot of people who are at this second level are still dancing with the devil. They still have one foot in, one foot out. Sometimes they're reading about everything that's happening in this system. At the same time, they're going to work every single day in the system. They still haven't taken the leap of faith to start living the life they truly want. And to do that, you got to move to the third level of consciousness, which is the alchemist. Okay, as you can see, it's drizzling, deep divers. We got infinite waters. The alchemist has two eyes open. An alchemist on the third level of consciousness or awareness, we don't say, oh, it's terrible because it's raining. No, we say, because it's raining, I'm about to become baptized. Slow motion this side. We can take something and then make it something else and make it work for us. I needed a shower today. I shower every single day, deep divers. But when you give us lemons, we can make lemonade. The alchemist, being the third level of consciousness, is someone who is awakening. And a lot of people right now on the planet are becoming alchemists. They're going through their own spiritual awakening. Their two eyes are open. They can now see that we've been lied to. They can now see the whole world is a stage. They can now see something isn't adding up. Something isn't quite right. And the alchemist is highly influential because they have two eyes open. They are no longer choosing to dance with the devil. They are now saying, wait a minute, I got to start falling back and working on myself and becoming a better version of who I truly am. now I have responsibility because now I know. I can see what's happening. And this is why a lot of alchemists, the third level of consciousness, they are trying to wake other people up. In fact, they're doing it. And they are helping other people open their eyes to what's really going on the planet. They are connecting dots. They're like, hey, did you know Omicron, that new variant, was actually a video game in 1999, and David Bowie actually narrated the whole video game and warned you about what's coming? Oh my gosh, how did you know that? Well, you see, the third level of consciousness, being the alchemist, you can see, you can hear differently, you can see differently. You got your two eyes open. And this is what makes you powerful. You are now stepping into your true power. You no longer give people the fluoride stare. You now are asking questions, big questions. Who created all of this? You're now on your quest for truth. You want to know the truth. You want answers. You don't believe the truth they're telling you. You know something else is going on. And now you're starting to look within yourself for the truth and the answer. And this is why the alchemist is someone who can dance in the rain, dance in the storm. You do a little samba, baby. You choose how you want to feel. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You can now choose how you want to feel in every single situation. So it is an incredibly powerful level of consciousness to be at. But there's levels to this shit, deep divers. The fourth level of consciousness, we're talking about the one who really gets it. The wizard, the witch, the sorceress, the sorcerer. We're talking about someone, the being who now knows they are a creator of worlds. They can create worlds. When I became a wizard, when I moved to this level of consciousness, I started to realize you can create worlds, Ralph. So I'm walking into a shopping center, deep divers, and someone says, oh my gosh, Infinite Waters, that's you. I've been watching your videos for so long and you've helped me. And they said that just as there are forces of wickedness and evil, you are on the other spectrum, and you are helping people, and you are just as powerful as they are. He was referring to the inorganic ones. He was a security guard. He was a security guard. And I'm like, yes, I'm choosing to use this power to uplift other people because I know what's really going on. I'm a seer. My 3 eyes are activated. These 2 eyes and the one up here. Slow motion this side. The Ajna chakra is activated. I can see through the lies. I'm a seer. I'm a clairvoyant, which is clear sight. I can see things before they happen. Can you see things before they happen? You're on the 4th level of consciousness. Can you hear things differently? Are you sensitive to everything around you? You see, on the first levels of consciousness, we start to see that many people are separated. And this is how the inorganic ones control you, through separation, which is the greatest illusion. The 4th level of consciousness, and there are levels beyond that, but we'll just stick with 4 because it's a very powerful level of consciousness. You are now no longer living in separation. You now see the interconnectedness between everything. You now remind yourself that there is no human being. We are only a collective. And therefore, we are all in this together. We are all one. You vibrate on the oneness frequency, the love frequency. You move into your highest self. You are no longer on demon time. You're on angel time. You choose to use your force to uplift and inspire. Now, the flip side of that, there are people on a high level of consciousness who use their power in evil ways to control you, to manipulate you. And this is why even in the Lord of the Rings, you had the good wizard, Gandalf, and then you had the bad one. But this is what's happening, because some people can choose to use their awakening for a negative force. And some people can choose to use their awakening to help awaken other people to see the light. And talking of the light, the fourth level of consciousness, you are a sun being. Your pineal gland is activated. You are coming out into nature. You are enjoying all the elements, the sunshine, the rain. You are at one with Mother Nature. You're planting your feet. You are not only talking about awakening, you are actually living it. You reach a level of consciousness where you ascend. And this is why people are drawn to you. You are a magnet because you have something people are astonished by. You hold a light. Many gurus, many sages reached that level, the fourth level of consciousness, and they left their body. Their soul ascended. They could leave their body at will because they reminded themselves, we are multidimensional beings having a human experience. You are no longer vibrating in fear, and you're not afraid of new variants. You're not afraid of anything, not even death itself, because you remind yourself, we are infinite, we are eternal, and energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. You remind yourself you've been here before, and this is why it looks awfully familiar. Your third eye gives you empathy. You can feel into everything. You can feel what other people are going through. You are in your heart space, and this is the fourth level of consciousness. Whereas level 1, you're still in your ego. Level 4, you've moved into your heart space, and your heart is what protects you. And this is why I'm still here after all these years, deep divers, because I chose love over everything. I want to remind you, deep divers, this is why some people don't get it. People you know, friends and family members who are still under a deep sleep, under a trance. It's because there are levels to this shit, and not everyone wakes up at the same time or in the same lifetime. So continue to remind yourself, there is a split happening between 3D and 5D. There are those who have been awake for a long time. And they came here, they reincarnated like myself to wake you up. And I want to remind you, the world is nothing more than what you focus on consistently. And if you want a new earth, we must always focus on the vision of beauty, love, compassion, and it will manifest. And then you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? There. Beautiful deep divers. I'm just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Shout out to all of you who have been getting the wonderful good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you are a sexy ass model, with a whole lot of heart who wants to model the clothing, well, go and buy some, okay? Add me on Instagram, deep divers, for more daily inspiration at Ralph Smart, at official Ralph Smart, and Facebook at Ralph Smart, at Infinite Waters, and Snapchat at it's that good ass prana, baby. Check out the new book, Deep Divers, for more powerful, life-changing information just like this. Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. They tried to bury us, deep divers. They forgot we were seeds. The whole world is awakening, but there are levels to this shit, deep divers, and not everyone wakes up at the same time. So just because someone you know in your family is old, you expect them to be awake and aware and see what's going on the planet. Like, wake up! They can't see it because their soul is still in kindergarten. But you can see it and you're still young because through many incarnations you've learnt about yourself, and you've learned that we aren't seeing everything that's happening, and the only way out is in. And you've been going on the journey within. That's why you know more than most people. That's why a lot of people are fast asleep, drinking the Kool-Aid, going along with the programming because they're under mind control. They're still at the first level of consciousness. They're still a zombie. Thank goodness you're no longer a zombie. But don't just judge people who are there. Remind yourself that there's levels to everything. And if you are going to the next level, deep divers, just give thanks. If you know that being free is your birthright, just give thanks. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! Leave a comment down below, deep divers. Let me know what level of consciousness you are at and give thanks. I'm alive! Gratitude, deep divers. So grateful. Peace.